Javier Sicilia, as many of you know, is a well-known poet in Mexico, one of Mexico's outstanding poets and an outstanding essayist. He writes a daily, no, not daily, don't want to put that much work on your shoulders, but a weekly column in the magazine Proceso. And in addition to being a poet and an essayist, over the last year, Javier has become one of the foremost social activists in Mexico. And it's a kind of sad story that has led Javier to become one of the most valuable social and political activists in Mexico. But as many of you know, his son was murdered about a year ago in March, and in a senseless killing in a bar in Cuernavaca. And since then, he has taken it upon himself to do something about organizing the Mexican citizenry around the problem of the tremendous violence that's now besetting Mexico. Unlike other movements that have arisen, I mean, there have been other movements, it's not like violence has just been discovered in Mexico, but unlike other movements, what Javier Sicilia has been able to do is to reframe the question of why there's so much violence in Mexico. So instead of arguing about how many cops to put on the streets, how many soldiers to put on the streets, what kinds of police or military strategies are best put together to combat the organized criminals who abound in Mexico right now. What Javier Sicilia has been able to do is to reframe the debate and to ask the question instead, how can we change the conditions of life? How can we change the conditions in which people live here in Mexico so that violence is no longer the solution for many people's ability to simply make a living in Mexico? Needless to say, on a global basis, this is a tremendously important contribution that Javier Sicilia has made, not only in Mexico, to reframe the ways we think about war, the ways we think about violence. A few months ago, Javier was awarded by Time magazine the honor of being one of the People of the Year. People who are my age and older remember when Time magazine used to give an award to the Man of the Year, right? Well, we've made that much progress in the world, so maybe we can make more. Now we take one step up from Time magazine, and NACLA is able to, with great honor and privilege, we are now able to award to Javier Sicilia La Lucha Sigue Award for activism in Latin America. So it's a pleasure.
Primero me disculpo por no hablar el inglés.
Excuse me for not speaking in English.
Pero gracias a Dios tengo a Fred aquí.
But he's got me here. Oh.
Llámalo.
Oh, okay. Do you want to translate? Okay.
Es un inmenso honor estar con ustedes en la celebración de los 45 años de NACLA.
It's a great honor to be with you and celebrating the 45th anniversary of NACLA.
Toda celebración que lleva tras de sí la dignidad de los hombres es motivo del más alto regocijo, el del alma.
Every celebration of human dignity is a cause of great rejoicing, a rejoicing of the soul.
Sin embargo, junto a esta alegría, traigo también conmigo una inmensa pena que comparto con ustedes, que son parte de la gran reserva moral que hay en Estados Unidos.
But alongside this happiness, I bring with me a great sorrow that I share with you, you who are a part of the great moral reserve that exists here in the United States.
Y es el dolor de mi país que la guerra contra las drogas ha desatado y cuya presencia tiene no solo el rostro de mi hijo asesinado,
I bring the pain of my country that the drug war has unleashed and whose presence contains not only the face of my murdered son,
sino también el de más de 50,000 que han sufrido el mismo destino, más de 20,000 desaparecidos, más de 250,000 desplazados, más de 8,000 huérfanos, cuyos números aumentan día con día, y el 98% de impunidad.
but also the faces of the 50,000 people who have shared the same fate as my son, more than 20,000 who have disappeared, the more than 250,000 who have been displaced, the more than 8,000 orphans whose numbers grow every day, and an impunity rate of 98%.
Detrás de todo este dolor están también miles de familias desgarradas y una población ocupada por el miedo.
And behind all this pain are thousands of broken families and a population consumed with fear.
Hay muchas zonas de mi país en donde el estado de excepción se ha vuelto una realidad en los factos.
There are many areas of the country in which a state of siege has become a reality.
Este dolor que va de la mano de la corrupción del Estado y de los partidos, de la ineptitud del presidente Felipe Calderón, que solo tiene imaginación para la violencia, y de la impunidad de los criminales, tiene su origen en los Estados Unidos.
This pain, which is a product of the corruption of the state and the political parties, and the ineptitude of President Felipe Calderón, who has only an imagination for violence, and the impunity of criminals, has its origins in the United States.
Desde que el presidente Nixon decretó hace 40 años la guerra contra las drogas, su consumo no solo ha ido en aumento, sino que ha generado esta inmensa ola de violencia.
Since President Nixon declared a war on drugs 40 years ago, drug consumption has not only grown, but it's generated this immense wave of violence.
Lo que vivimos en México es, en su horror, la expresión del dolor y la destrucción que esa misma guerra ha generado en muchos territorios de nuestro continente.
What we're living through in Mexico in all its horror is an expression of the pain and the destruction that this war has generated in many countries of our continent.
Desde México, pasando por Centroamérica, Colombia, Brasil y muchos barrios de muchas ciudades de los Estados Unidos, el sufrimiento que ha causado esta guerra revela en su espantoso fracaso, su capacidad para producir dinero sucio.
From Mexico, passing through Central America, Colombia, Brazil, and many neighborhoods of many cities here in the United States, the suffering it has caused reveals in its frightening failure an ability to produce dirty money.
El tráfico ilegal de armas, el tráfico ilegal de estupefacientes y la guerra para combatirlo se ha convertido en dos de los negocios más grandes del mundo, comparables al del petróleo.
The illegal trafficking of narcotics and the war to combat that trafficking have become two of the world's biggest businesses, comparable to oil.
Debajo de la aparente legitimidad del combate, toda guerra construye legitimidades abstractas. Alejar a la juventud del vicio y la enfermedad que producen las drogas, en realidad se encubre la suciedad del dinero y se expresa lo irreparable del dolor.
Beneath the apparent legitimacy of the combat of the war, and all war constructs abstract legitimacies, saving young people, in this case, from the vice and the sickness produced by drugs. In reality, it covers up the filth of money, and it expresses the irreparable nature of pain.
Esa legitimidad no solo ha destruido muchas más vidas que las que arrebata el efecto de algunas de las sustancias prohibidas, sino que también ha desgarrado el tejido social, destruido pueblos y comunidades, sembrado la miseria y el miedo, puesto en peligro la seguridad nacional de todos los países involucrados y agudizado nuestro problema que se traduce en falta de bienestar, desestabilización social y mayor migración.
This legitimacy has destroyed many more lives than those that are taken by the effects of some of the prohibited substances. But it has also torn apart the social fabric, destroyed towns and communities, sown misery and fear, endangered the national security of all the countries involved, and exacerbated our problems in a way that translates into a lack of well-being, a lack of the presence of social instability, and greater migration.
Ha fortalecido, además, las grandes estructuras criminales que no solo se enriquecen gracias a las condiciones que propicia el mercado ilegal de las drogas y de las armas que diariamente entran en territorio mexicano, sino que, a través de esas armas, expanden su acción criminal hacia el tráfico de personas, la extorsión y el secuestro.
In addition, it has strengthened the enormous criminal structures that not only enrich themselves thanks to the conditions caused by the illegal drug market, the conditions created by the illegal drug market, and the arms that enter Mexico on a daily basis, but who, with use of these arms, expand their criminal activities to the trafficking of people, extortion, and kidnapping.
En América Latina ha corrompido a las instituciones públicas al grado de dejarnos a merced de una criminalidad que cuenta con la omisión y la complicidad de muchísimas autoridades.
In Latin America, public institutions have been corrupted to such a degree that we are left at the mercy of a criminality that can count on the deliberate ignorance and the complicity of a great many public officials.
En Estados Unidos ha servido a través de su sistema financiero para lavar fortunas amasadas con la sangre y el dolor de los mexicanos.
In the United States, this ignorance and complicity has functioned by way of the financial system to allow the laundering of fortunes amassed with the blood and pain of Mexicans.
Mientras del sur viene la droga que nadie en ningún lado de nuestras fronteras detiene, del norte llegan también las armas que tampoco nadie detiene y que los cárteles, enriquecidos por la inmensa demanda de los consumidores norteamericanos, compran en armerías norteamericanas para imponer su ley y martirizar a nuestra gente.
While from the south come the drugs that nobody on either side of our borders turns back, from the north come the arms that nobody turns back and which the cartels, enriched by the immense demand of U.S. consumers, buy in U.S. gun shops in order to impose their law and martyr our people.
Como en tiempos de la prohibición del alcohol en Estados Unidos, esta nueva prohibición ha generado también hampa, corrupción, violencia y muerte.
As in the days of the prohibition of alcohol, this new prohibition has also generated a criminal underworld, corruption, violence, and death.
Hoy, en que he venido con ustedes a celebrar 45 años de dignidad y de resistencia moral, he venido también a compartir esta espantosa realidad que nos hermana, esta experiencia de dolor y sufrimiento, pero también, ustedes lo saben tanto como yo, de resistencia y dignidad frente a la barbarie de esta guerra.
As I come here today to join you in celebrating 45 years of dignity and moral resistance, I've also come to share this frightening reality that joins us together. this experience of pain and suffering, which is also, as you know as well as I do, an experience of resistance and dignity in the face of the barbarity of this war.
Muchos en México hemos dicho que estamos hasta la madre y desde hace un año nos pusimos a caminar para visibilizar a las víctimas, para recuperar sus nombres y sus historias, para colocar en el centro de la ceguera política y de la conciencia ciudadana la emergencia nacional que vive México, para hacer justicia a las víctimas que la política de guerra del presidente Calderón habría criminalizado y la corrupción de las instituciones de justicia del Estado despreciado, y encontrar una ruta hacia la paz.
Many of us in Mexico have said we are fed up. There's a very Mexican phrase, we are hasta la madre. Doesn't quite translate it into English. Or if it does, it means something completely
No
different.
existe.
But it's become a kind of watchword of the movement in Mexico, so we should remember hasta la madre, fed up to here. And for the past year, we have been working to make victims visible, to recover their names, to recover their histories, to place the national emergency we are living through in the center of the political blindness and the civic consciousness, to do justice to the victims who have been criminalized by President Calderon's military policy and scorned by the corruption of the state institutions of justice, and to find a road toward peace.
Queremos ahora caminar también con ustedes, con la reserva moral de los ciudadanos y ciudadanas de los Estados Unidos y con nuestros hermanos migrantes que buscan aquí la oportunidad que sus países le niegan y que también están siendo afectados brutalmente por la guerra.
Now we would like to walk with you with the moral reserve of the citizens of the United States and together with our brother and sister migrants who have come here to look for the opportunity that their countries deny them and who are also brutally affected by this war.
La responsabilidad de los Estados Unidos en este horror es, como lo hemos visto y lo sabemos, inmensa. Y al igual que lo hemos hecho en México, debemos juntos poner en la conciencia de los ciudadanos de Norteamérica y de sus gobiernos no solo su responsabilidad, sino la necesidad de tener esta pesadilla y salir juntos del infierno que compartimos.
The responsibility of the United States in this horror is, as we have seen and as we know, immense. And as we have done in Mexico, we must work together to place in the consciousness of the citizens of North America, as well as their governments, not only their responsibility, but the necessity of putting an end to this nightmare and escaping from the hell that we share.
Ustedes saben que bien que esta guerra es absurda e inútil y que ha estado perdida desde que se inició. No debemos permitir que un problema de salud pública, el de las drogas, continúe siendo tratado como un asunto de seguridad nacional que se combate mediante la violencia.
You know well that this war is absurd and useless, and that it was lost before it began. We must not permit a public health problem, the problem of drug abuse, to keep being treated as a matter of national security, to be combated by violence.
Tampoco debemos permitir que un problema de seguridad nacional, el de las armas, continúe sin controles férreos y abandonado a la ilegalidad y al capricho de los intereses de los grandes capitales.
Nor can we permit a problem of national security, the problem of arms sales, to be allowed to continue without strict controls, while it is abandoned to criminality and to the whims of the interests of big capital.
Ambas políticas deben tomar otro derrotero.
Both policies must take a different course.
Por ello, hoy que NACLA celebra 45 años de lucha por la dignidad, los invitamos a que caminemos juntos en la caravana que el 12 de agosto saldrá de la ciudad de San Diego rumbo a Washington.
Therefore, on this day, in which NACLA celebrates 45 years of struggle for dignity, we invite you to travel with us on the caravan that will leave San Diego, California, on August 12th, headed for Washington, D.C.
No pretendemos crear un mundo en donde el mal no exista y los inocentes no sean ya asesinados. Esas pretensiones, que son las de los puritanos, terminan siempre por producir mayores crímenes. Pero si nos unimos, si caminamos juntos y convocamos la reserva moral de ambos países, podemos contribuir a su disminución y detener esta guerra estúpida, esta guerra que nos está humillando y deshumanizando a todos, esta guerra que como toda guerra es una negación de la bondad de la vida y la exaltación del capital. Eso que dos grandes escritores, Giovanni Papini y Léon Bloy, definieron como el excremento del diablo y la sangre del pobre. Además, opino que hay que respetar los acuerdos de San Andrés.
We have no intention of creating a world in which evil does not exist, in which innocents are not murdered. Those pretensions, which are those of Puritans, always end by creating greater crimes. But if we work together, if we travel together, and summon up the moral reserve of our two countries, we can contribute to a lessening of the evil. We can stop this stupid war, this war that is humiliating and dehumanizing all of us, this war that, like all war, is a negation of the goodness of life and an exaltation of capital, that which two great writers, Giovanni Papini and Léon Bloy, defined as the devil's excrement and the blood of the poor. In addition, let me say that we must also honor the San Andrés Accords between the Zapatistas and the Mexican government. Thank you.